So as I'm sure you heard, GTA 6 got delayed to 2026, and that's very sad for a lot of people, and it's very shocking. It's wild because everything I read, everything I heard, everything I saw was all about GTA 6 owning this fall and this holiday season, and GTA 6 scaring the crap out of every other game developer and publisher trying to maybe release this fall. And now there's a void, and that void is absolutely fantastic news for Switch 2. And of course, fantastic news for those of us who love Nintendo. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach of SwitchForce. GTA 6 out the way. What now can come to play? There's a lot of options because GTA 6 is an 8,000-pound gorilla, right? It was going to own the entire industry this holiday season. And that's why everybody talked about, like, we got to delay our game. We got to internally delay our game. We can't announce a release date. We are afraid. Like, GTA 6 is a cultural moment. It's bigger than, frankly, anything anybody else can put out. Even if it's not your favorite game, you have to acknowledge the massive nature and the impact that it would have and the ripple effects on every other developer, every other publisher, every other release. Like, even for Nintendo, I know they're very proud of their IP, but even their games could and probably would have been swallowed up by the GTA 6 hype cycle. And now that has been moved, that has been pushed. And so everybody's like, whoa, what can we do now this holiday season that we didn't think we'd be able to do? And I bet there's a ton of minds tinkering in Nintendo, in Capcom, in Square Enix, in Ubisoft, all over. Like, okay, now we know Switch 2 is going to be the huge thing of the summer and the huge thing of the fall. It's going to own the holiday season without a competitor in GTA 6 to vie for attention. Maybe we should put some of our stuff out on Switch 2 this year. I know that's what everybody's thinking. They're looking and saying, okay, we now have this big void, right? Because people have been saving their release dates. There's been games that have a 2025 date, but we don't know exactly when. Everybody was kind of waiting for the GTA domino to drop, and then that domino just got flung to 2026, which, you know, we didn't even know if GTA 6 was going to be on Switch 2, so probably wasn't going to affect Nintendo fans that much, but it actually does positively affect us by it getting out of the way. Because now Nintendo and these other companies have space, and they're going to reconsider what they release. Look, even a big Nintendo game this fall was going to be consumed by the GTA 6 madness. And now if you're Nintendo, maybe you say, hey, we could put out 3D Mario. We could go for Game of the Year. We could go for Holiday Darling, biggest seller, Walmart winner, where previously they couldn't. Like, Game of the Year matters to a company like Nintendo. They don't want to drop their big Mario game when they know GTA 6 is going to be the public's choice, is going to be the fan favorite, and is going to just win on sheer numbers. 3D Mario, hey, the holiday season is now yours. And Capcom, Square Enix, they're probably thinking the same thing. I mean, we could get like a Switch Resident Evil that previously would have had no business coming out near GTA. Now, hey, like the Switch 2, like I said, it's going to be the huge thing. Get your games ready to go and get them ready to sell. Maybe Monster Hunter Wilds was going to port next spring after GTA 6 dropped and the holiday season kind of wrapped up. Now maybe they move that forward to this fall and say, hey, let's get Monster Hunter Wilds in the hands of all these new Switch 2 owners as soon as we possibly can. I'm telling you, there's going to be games that they thought were going to come out in 2026 that are now going to come out in 2025. And the best part is we have yet to have that second wave Nintendo Direct. We had our first Nintendo Direct for Switch 2, but shockingly, Nintendo's stuff is all coming out very quickly. Like, I was overjoyed but surprised. Donkey Kong Bonanza is a July game. How great is that? Mario Kart World is June, DK Bonanza is July. I don't think either of those games are Game of the Year type games, and I bet Nintendo wants to have a Game of the Year type game in the first year of Switch 2. Now, Metroid Prime 4 could be that game. Sales-wise, like numbers-wise, it's not going to be humongous, but it seems like the quality is there, and especially with the introduction of mouse controls to make it even more snazzy, maybe now Metroid Prime 4 can win Game of the Year. Or maybe Nintendo has another Game of the Year, a secret surprise, a holiday drop that has not yet been announced. Luigi's Mansion 4 can breathe this holiday season if GTA 6 is not there. Mario Maker 3 could breathe this holiday season if GTA 6 is not there. And so they've got opportunity. They look at this and they say, okay, Something has to fill that void. People are going to spend oodles of money on GTA 6. Now they can buy a Switch 2. Now they can buy another game. Now there is space and Black Friday dollars and ads and deals and holiday shopping to be had that can focus on something not called Grand Theft Auto. Like, this really is a monumental shift behind the scenes that will only be a good thing for us, will only be a good thing for Nintendo players. It might even mean that there's some Switch 1 games that we're going to get completely overshadowed that now can come out and actually have some space, can actually have a window. Like, I know Nintendo is releasing Pokemon Legends ZA this fall, and that is going to be a huge seller. But that is a Switch 1 and 2 game. I would think Nintendo would want a Killer App Part 2 to push this system. Killer App Part 1 is Mario Kart World. That's coming out right at the start, day 1. So what do you put out day 101? I think Nintendo now will want something really big, something really massive. And I think previously we were going to get something medium. I don't think Hyrule Warriors is the big holiday Switch 2 exclusive. I don't think Kirby's Air Riders is the big holiday Switch 2 exclusive. Those games are cool. Those games could be awesome. They aren't the magnitude of a Game of the Year winner and a holiday darling. Now, when Nintendo has their June Direct or their July Direct after the console launches, I think they slide in that trailer for a game of the caliber of 3D Mario, Animal Crossing, Smash Brothers, something of the sort. If I had to bet, 3D Mario feels like it could get shifted up. Mario being tied to the Mario movie next spring is fine and dandy, but now, with GTA 6 coming out in May, do you really want to give the Mario game only 2 months to speak, a month to speak, a month to be the top dog? I feel like Nintendo would rather have 3D Mario have 7 months to be king of the castle. I think there's also more room now for smaller titles and for DLC, for extra marketing moments. Remember, these companies plan everything out very meticulously. They're like, okay, if we're going to drop Mario Kart World DLC, we need there to be a gap, not too close to one of our games, not too close to other people's games. We want a moment. Now you can have those moments, and you can have many of them. That's what I'm talking about. Third parties, maybe they do move and they're like, hey, we're going to put AC Shadows and AC Mirage out this fall on Nintendo Switch 2. Maybe a game like Hollow Knight Silksong that's got that 2025 date was waiting, and now they're like, we're dropping September 3rd. Like, they can set a date now. They can come out and they know that they can get theirs. Because this was the gigantic shadow casting doubt over the entire industry. And it was going to be an issue for Switch 2 as well. Like, yes, they're coming out in June. Who knows? I mean, even part of the June strategy could be to get ahead of GTA 6 and make sure that they at least have their moment. Now that moment is massively extended. So, yes, GTA 6 being delayed stinks for GTA 6 fans. But if you're excited for Switch 2 and Switch 2 games, this changes the rest of the year's entire landscape. This opens the door, and probably opens a bunch of doors. Nintendo can walk through, Capcom can walk through, Square Enix can walk through, Microsoft can walk through. I think Microsoft is one to watch. I have a sneaking suspicion that they will use this to try and push their IP into Nintendo's palace, when previously maybe that wouldn't have got buzz. Like, if you're trying to make Master Chief available for the first time elsewhere, now that's a massive story that maybe wins its month, where previously, maybe, GTA comes out and people are like, Halo's kind of old news. But now, it's something that Microsoft can consider. Like, so many companies now have decisions to make and choices to make, and fast. Because if they're going to have something get ready to go for this fall, they've got to start the marketing. They've got to start the talks. They've got to start pushing all of the gears into place. I'm not talking about getting the game finished between now and November. No, that's too hard. But there are games that surely have just been waiting. Games that are cruising towards their finish line, just waiting to secure a date to see what GTA 6 would do. And now sky's the limit. So do you think Nintendo will capitalize on this moment and drop a humongous holiday banger to go for Game of the Year and to go for another system seller around the holiday season for potential Switch 2 buyers? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. SwitchForce out.